Good evening, everybody, and thank you for coming to this vigil. My name is Pro, and behind me you will see the organisers of this vigil and myself. We're the ones to talk to in case there's anything going on tonight. If you need help, if you need anything, let us know. We are here to mourn the death of 16-year-old Brianna Ghey. And yeah, no, I didn't plan a speech. I don't think some of you might know me as a poet, but like, I do a lot of performing, and I was at the Hands Project last year. I didn't plan anything, but I just wanted to talk to you all, and yeah, I wanted to have something good to cling on to, because you all know the climate of trans acceptance in this country right now is not great, and in the wake of this tragic murder, it felt like the right thing to do to gather you all together. I know a lot of people around the country have the same idea. Vigil has been hosting the hundreds, the thousands, as we all come together in mourning and in solidarity. And I just want to thank you all for listening. We will be having an open mic section where anyone who wants to speak can do so. Apologies, we don't have a sound system, so like me, you're going to have to use your chest. And yeah, we'll light some candles together and maintain a minute silence at the end in respect for Brianna. Yeah. Thank you. Next to speak, who has asked me to introduce them because they won't do it if I don't say so. From the Portal Bookshop, this is Lally.
Yeah, that's about the turnout I expected. Yeah. Thank you all so much for coming. It means so much to us to see you here, supporting the trans community. I wanted to speak to trans youth, particularly at the moment. Everything is difficult. I see it all the time. I know how much you're struggling. We need you to stay. Don't get discouraged, because this is what happens when we lose one of you. This is how many people care. And as adults who are here, please keep an eye out on our young people, because they're having a really hard time right now. If you can offer support, if you see someone struggling, reach out. Because we take care of our own, very few other people do. So we have to stand together. Reach out for us, these allies who are here. Thank you, it does make a difference. So please keep standing with us. Keep speaking up whenever anything happens. The smallest bit of transphobia in your daily life, challenge it. Be calm. Because this is what happens to us. So please, stand together, stand for each other. Be calm. Thank you so much.
If anybody else would like to speak, please make a cue somewhere from me, so I can point to you and give you a thumbs up. Next up, talk from the York LGBT Forum, Jason.
Hello everyone, and I am honoured to be here and see the turnout. A little bit about me.
Is this the cutest page? Or is it just the standing here?
And I was also from Warrington, where Brianna was sadly murdered. This is a vigil to remember Brianna as the light that she shone on the trans and non-binary community in Warrington. people I know, friends and family who knew Brianna individually, talk about how courageous she was, how she was a leading light amongst the trans people in the community. As Lally said, solidarity is everything. For all of us that are here to pay respect, I thank you. You are all here to mourn the loss of someone who was far too young to lose their life. So all I would say is, thank you, and let's remember Brianna together. Thank you.
I should start by saying, by the way, we're standing on the benches, but if anybody doesn't feel able to, doesn't want to, that's totally fine. It is easy to hear though, I hope. My name's Toni. I called the protest against the Section 35 blocking of the gender recognition reform bill in Scotland, and then mentioned some people the other day saying we should have a vigil. And I think it's important to talk about both those things, because I think we're facing three levels of threat to trans rights. There's the legal threat, things like the blocking of the GRRB, things like the Edmonton now those reforms, things like the taking away of puberty blockers, and all the rest of the things that we've been faced with by our government, by the media, the bullying we face in society as a whole. The second threat was shown most clearly last weekend when the far-right patriotic alternative attacked refugees in a hotel in Merseyside, and then also the next day attacked Drag Queen Story Hour in London. But in many ways the most dangerous manifestation of this threat is the tragic and disgusting murder of Brianna and Ghey that happened on Saturday. And those things are all linked, of course. The assault on trans rights is linked to the assault on refugees and migrants and Muslims. It's linked to the assault on the working class. It's linked to the assault on women. And if we don't fight against it, and if we don't stand together, then we're going to have a hell of a lot more vigils, and there'll be fewer and fewer of us here. So, I want to say, rest in power, Brianna. Rest in power, all of the trans people who have died without us knowing them, by the way, because the numbers of trans people who die go up and up every year. And I also want to say, remember the dead and fight like hell for the living. All the struggles we have going on, all the protests we have going on. The 18th of March is UN Anti-Racism Day, so there's going to be a big protest for that. I hope people are there. There are strikes going on, I hope to see people there. When we fight back, we can win, and we can stop deaths like this happening. So, solidarity everyone. Let's remember Brianna. Let's fight for a future where this can happen.
Hi everyone, my name's Adam, and I'm another organising tonight, and I think I'm the last one from all of us. Yeah, out of the organisers. I feel so honoured to be doing this. I want to say that I'm tired. I'm fucking tired of fighting that. I'm tired of seeing this mainstream. I'm tired of people being murdered. And I just want to say that music is a good chapter, and I hope that tonight you get input into community. And I just want to say that we as organisations, at venues, we're going to be fighting back, fighting those patients. hundreds of candles here. Please do come forward and get one. Thanks for being here.
I've got, you can speak like you like, and join the computer.
I'll leave you with that one.
Yes.
My name is Hollyhock. Last month, I stood up here and I detailed my worst night.
Yes, you got to speak up.
Last weekend, that nightmare became reality for someone. Her name was Brianna. Her life was ended prematurely. And instead of giving her family the ability to reflect on it, police slapped a giant M on her desk. They put the wrong name, and this has resulted in a great deal of struggle for family. This is my nightmare. This is the nightmare of many people in this crowd. This should be unacceptable. However, in the United Kingdom, this is for some reason considered okay. For a 16-year-old's identity to be written over in legislation. When given the opportunity for people in Scotland to not have to go through this, the government of England said no. This is the level of respect they have for us. They do not care. They would much rather tear families apart and make them suffer than give us the ability to sleep easy at night. This should be a wake-up call to everybody. Things in this country are broken. Things in this country are falling apart. And all of this is intentional to hurt us. A community that already faces horrendous amounts of abuse. A community that is routinely targeted and slurred in the media. We are forced to be isolated. But as we can see now, we can sometimes come together. And shall we allow us coming together today to be the first step towards change, to make sure that not another life has to go through what Brianna went through. Thank you.
It's terrifying that as a trans youth I have to live knowing that this happens to people like me. It's terrifying that I go to school knowing some people don't like me because of the plain fact that I'm trans. It's terrifying to see that some people are not scared to take that for taking somebody's life over it. I deserve to feel safe going to school, and so does Brianna. She deserves to feel safe going into school, something that everybody needs to live, something she also deserves to do. Ultimately, she deserves to grow as old as so many of you here are without insulting me. But she didn't deserve to go, and nobody deserves to go, and nobody deserves to feel unsafe going to school.
Okay, my name's Marie and I've come across some leads tonight. I've been around for a long time, and the way that the trans community is mobilised over Brianna's death is unprecedented. It's amazing, and it's also dreadful that we're doing it in the worst possible circumstances. I know we've all been saying that something like this was going to happen sooner or later, because the way the government and the media and Tufton Street backed LGBT Alliance have been telling lies about us, been manipulating people about us, been setting up sock accounts on social media to slander us. We always knew sooner or later someone was going to get hurt because of that. Because JK fucking Rowling, you're as responsible as everyone else for this. Someone is fucking dead and they've all got blood on their hands. We knew it was coming, but none of us expected it to be this bad. We didn't expect it to be a child. We didn't expect it to be someone that, by the sounds of it, was an absolutely wonderful, kind person. And I want to say that we all know as trans people what it is to be erased in our lives, and we also know what it is to be erased in our death. And I did not know Brianna, but I hope I'm not making an assumption when I say that I don't think she would want to be remembered in a way that infringes on anyone else's grief or on anyone else's rights or their memory or how another community remembers their dead. We're a very, very young movement, and we're still finding our feet, we're still finding out what we do and what we don't do, and now we're finding out how we remember our dead. And if we're saying that trans lives matter, that means that black trans lives also matter, and that means that black lives have to matter too, and black people have their own way of remembering their dead. And I know this has got very daft online with people spinning different things about it, but it's not about politics, it's about basic respect, that we do not infringe on other people's grief and we don't let other people infringe on our grief. I think we've all known what it is to feel unsafe. I know it shocked me. I mean, I wasn't having the best week last week, and I was thinking of writing something about coming out as trans in the late 80s, and one of the things I was preparing in my head was about a time where I lived in a shared house and the alcoholic gentleman across the hall cornered me in the bathroom one night and said he was going to gut me like a fish. And I think we've all had something like that happen to us. We know what it is to be that afraid. We know what it is to walk around and have people chase after us and call us stuff and throw things at us and threaten us. And now, because of the hate in this country, one of us is dead in the worst possible circumstances. I think that's everything. So thank you for listening to me drone on.
Thank you.
My name is Lally. Like all of you, I'm appalled and infuriated by the traffic arrests broken tonight. The murder of Brianna Ghey is horrific. This is absolutely disgrace. The way this is being handled by the people also utterly shambolic, but does not surprise me at all. However, all this is a symptom of a much deeper problem. As I have had to face so often in my own life as a trans woman, trans people are subjected to harassment, ostracisation, exclusion, isolation, violence and murder, just for being who we are. I've been the victim of this oppression my entire life, and it has nearly killed me a fair few times, and my mental health is severely affected by it. The quality of my life and the lives of other trans people is severely affected by the way we are treated by society. They demonise us, they hunt us down, they never let us rest. This, as you all know, leads to so much horror. It is enough to make me scream and cry. This terrible injustice that we must stand together against, to remove from society, or to lessen the severity of. Unity is and always has been the greatest strength of the LGBTQ+ community, and we must never forget that. As I've experienced also, sometimes the crusade for ideological purity within the community leads to exclusion and harassment of fellow LGBTQ+ people, who are then alienated from the community and become disillusioned and isolated. The creepiness and judgmental elitism I've also encountered in the LGBTQ community is also a problem. I see all the time trans folks bashing other trans folks, cisgender gay and lesbian people being transphobic, biphobic, etc. and exclusive creeds forming within the hierarchy of this community. I want to say this: internalising the oppression that you are subjected to at the hands of our real oppressors and turning it upon your fellow trans people is often just as deadly as homophobes and transphobes of other descriptions. We must remain united against the threat that faces us. We must retain solidarity. We must be strong and united against those that would seek to harm us. It is the only way that we will attain true social justice. It is the only way we will stop these horrible hate-fueled murders, the harassment, the sheer injustice and oppression that all LGBTQ people, and especially trans women, experience and occurring. Please remember what it is that connects us all, and don't let them divide us. Thank you.
First of all, I want to give my condolences to Brianna's family and how hard it is to do with a child like this. I wish them all the best. And I'm devastated. I'm so sad that a young woman lost her life like this. Most of all, I am angry. How many more trans people, how many more trans children have to die before we are listened to? We hear nothing from the person's story. Complete silence. They are the people who spread rhetoric that directly led to her death, and they refuse to take accountability. Brianna was 16. She had an entire life to live. She was taken. She was a beautiful girl, and it's all this will only get this love and attention in death. I wish you could have been here to see how much we all love us. I am only 1 year younger than Brianna, and I am terrified. I am terrified I'll have to live the rest of my life watching my back. No child should be afraid of getting murdered. Rest in power, Brianna. We love you.
Can I give you a hug? You'll give me a hug.
Brianna. Very personally. I myself am from Birchwood. I myself walked the same streets that she did. And I'm ashamed to actually come from Birchwood because we as a community should be so much better. We should be protecting her and people like Brianna. Brianna was one of a kind. She spoke about very important matters. She used what people thought was a weakness to her strength. She created this community. I mean, look at us all here now. It's amazing to see you all here, and it's great that we've all come together in this way. As previously said, it is under unfortunate circumstances. But I want to reassure you that as somebody from Birchwood, we will do our best to make sure that this does not happen again. And we work very strongly, closely with the LGBT community, and we are in absolute shock. But this is a national problem. This is a worldwide problem. This is a section, a very valid section of the community being targeted for just wanting to be themselves and happy. Everybody has an entitlement to be happy in this life. We have only got one life, and it is appalling that two people thought they could take the life of another person in this way. So, as I would ask, before I leave, my candle's burnt out, but if we could just raise our candles and lights just a little bit higher, because we have lost a light in this world. Thank you. And that is Brianna. So Brianna! Thank you.
Give mine to someone else to pick up the flag.
My name is Ghey. I'm woman. It can be extremely difficult to be transgender. There are other countries that are very similar to this country in so many other ways. France, the Netherlands, New Zealand, and any places. Even just being trans is easier in those places. Because the oppression that is baked into our society has not been as completely baked into the law. Here, we have made, and I say we, and I mean this country, have made things so much harder than they need to be for trans people. We have laws that do not make any sense. Laws that are unfair, that are unjust, that serve no other purpose than to facilitate our oppression. We are demonized and slurred and insulted and harassed and abused and violently assaulted, sometimes to the point of death. It is completely unfathomable that something like this could happen in this country. And yet, I would be very surprised if it does not happen again. And that is absolutely horrifying to me. We deserve better than a country which will kill us and will not give us the respect we are due in death. We were not given that respect in life. Some of us may never experience the respect that we deserve. And yet, to not even have that beyond the grave, to not even have on our death certificate the right gender marker or the right name, and that some people who do not have accepting families, some trans women may, in their final moments before being buried, have their long hair cut, put in a suit, in a coffin. That is abhorrent, and that happens. That happens frequently. There are trans people who live their entire lives trying to get freedom from family, from society, and from gendered expectations. Trying their whole lives to be something other than the boy who society told them that they were. And some of them
cannot make it to the end. Some of us are forced by unimaginable oppression, repeated, unceasing, and cruel. Laws and media and communal behavior that is designed for no other purpose than to make us suffer and die. And because they are very, very good at their job, that will happen to a lot of us, and that is terrifying. We deserve better. This speech and speeches like them are very depressing. They are honest and they are bitter, they are raw and they are real. We need something more than this. We deserve something more than this. We are owed something more than this. We should not have to take it for ourselves, it should be given to us, because we are human beings and we deserve respect. And there are people who, when you say that to them, they will snicker and they will laugh, because they think we are overreaching. They think we are wanting more than we deserve. And that is almost a greater indignity than the main indignity. That we are not taken seriously, even as they are trying to put us into a fascist hellhole. They are continually denying that that is what they are doing. They are gaslighting us in the literal sense of the word. We deserve, as a community, better. Some people in our community think, and I do not blame them for thinking this, that we will not get what we deserve from any government organisation or any wider community, that it will take too long, that we will not survive, that we will not get what we need. And if that is the case, what we must do is we must seize what we need for ourselves as a community. We must protect ourselves physically. We must keep each other safe. If the government wants to for us. We cannot trust the police or the doctors or any other group. We need to prevent ourselves from being attacked. We need to intervene. And that is difficult and that is terrifying. We should not be in this position. Nobody should be in this position. But that feels extremely, sadly, like the position that we are in fact in. I hope for better for all of us. I know that we can get to a better world. I've said it before in speeches in this city, we deserve trans joy. Trans joy is what we need, but we can barely get that. Right now we need trans survival. If you think that you can get trans joy, if you can get from scraping by to doing a little bit better than surviving, and if you can get that joy, the most you can do, the absolute best you can do is to share some of that joy with your fellow trans people. To see if we can lift each other up, even as we are absolutely at the bottom. But if we can do that, they'll have to try a lot harder if they want to get rid of us. Thank you very much.
So, you might have noticed we had the bin lorry. Solidarity to our comrades who work in if anything's tiring at the back, slightly blocking the road, please do move it if you can. We want to make sure that we can keep people going and help with people's commutes and everything like that. But thanks everyone.
I have actually got a lighter in my bag if it does go out, but so thank you.
Pronouns are he, him, and I'm the LGBTQIA officer for Vigil, Hollyhock. I don't want to take up too much time from all the trans people who are here to discuss their thoughts and feelings about this horrible situation. But I would just like to point out a couple of things that we as allies can do for the trans community. I'm sure everyone here has heard about the Section 5 order that the government imposed on the Gender Recognition Reform Bill in Scotland. And I was absolutely outraged at this, I'm sure everyone else here was. But I'd like to bring, it's always difficult to talk about the politics of this, but the thing is, trans people, the politics of this is just so important because the decisions of national government make such a difference to how people see trans people and it has such an effect on trans people's lives that it's really important. So when I reached out to my MP, William Sturdy, the York Outer, and I asked him why is the government doing this, like how can they justify being